For those of you who are interested in what the next iOS will bring, we can tell you there will be some exciting new additions. First off, Apple now has no choice but to let you download from third-party apps, and undoubtedly that is not very Apple-like. Therefore, let's go into the specifics of what iOS 17 will provide.
Let's get started.
Dual apps. When it comes to app duplication, Apple is behind the curve. With dual apps, you may create an exact copy of an app on your phone, giving you access to two accounts inside the same service at once. Several accounts may be used in certain programs, and users can easily move between them. Social media sites like Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook are good examples. Yet many applications nowadays let you maintain only one account going at a time. Revamped notifications. It is possible that Apple may debut a whole new and enhanced notification design with the release of its iOS 17 upgrades. They had already begun working on it for iOS 16, which is already available. On the other hand, reading and handling alerts on iOS may be a cluttered experience, particularly on the lock screen. Accessing and managing them on any Android smartphone can now be done in a more streamlined manner thanks to this newly available option. Call recording. Android has a built-in function for recording phone calls, but if you're using an iOS device, you could find this function to be rather useful. For a long time, iPhone users have asked for the ability to record calls directly on their devices. It would be great if Apple would include this functionality in iOS 17 per his suggestion. Anyway, for more information on Apple and Samsung devices, this channel has you covered.
Hit the subscribe button, okay?
Better Siri. With iOS 17, enhanced Siri capabilities are likely to be a big addition. Significant upgrades to Apple's virtual assistant are thought to include enhanced support for natural language processing and tighter connection with third-party applications. We'll go into what was said previously with regard to third-party applications, so make sure you stick around. Now, Siri may be used for a greater variety of purposes. Voice recognition enhancements for Siri are reportedly on the horizon, allowing for more natural and accurate interactions with the virtual assistant. These updates will make Siri a more helpful and intuitive virtual assistant by addressing some of its present shortcomings. Third-party App Store. iOS 17 will bring a change to the iPhone that will either make longtime iPhone owners very angry or very delighted. Side-loading applications, as on competitor Android, will be available in a future update to iOS 17. Obviously, Apple did not voluntarily implement that update. European Union (EU) legislation known as the Digital Acts is responsible for this shift, since it mandates that closed systems open up to third-party app shops. Split screen. This functionality is present on the iPad and Mac, but is absent on the iPhone.
That's bad.
Using two displays at once is possible with the split screen capability. For quite some time, users of Android have had access to this function. As its competitor has improved significantly in this area, Apple needs to do the same. Interactive widgets. The next iOS 17 is said to have interactive widgets and a revamped home screen editor. These updated widgets will put frequently used features, like music controls and timers, at the user's fingertips without them having to go away from the home screen. As a result, you won't have to open many programs just to get to the data or features you need.
Wow, pretty cool, huh?
Apple may debut a number of new widgets that let users engage with music, messaging, and productivity software. All of these improvements are fantastic, but will the iOS 17 update be available for your phone? And when can we expect the release? We'll tell you.
Don't go anywhere.
Supported devices. The following is a list of all the known mobile devices that are compatible with iOS 17. 1. iPhone 15 series. 2. iPhone 14 series. 3. iPhone 13 series. 4. iPhone 12 series. 5. iPhone 11 series. 6. iPhone XR. 7. iPhone XS. 8. iPhone XS Max. 9. iPhone SE 2020, second generation. 10. iPhone SE 2022, third generation. iOS 17 beta release. Shortly after the completion of the WWDC keynote, the first developer beta will be made available to the public. From then, a new beta version of the software is released by Apple every couple of weeks, with releases occurring a little more regularly as we get closer to the final release. For those unaware, there is now beta limitations. Apple altered the process for installing development and public betas on iOS 16.4 and iPadOS 16.4. Apple no longer allows users to upgrade their devices using profiles, instead needing an Apple ID associated with a developer account. Every iOS 17 beta installation will need authentication using an Apple ID linked to a developer account, which will prohibit non-developers from using a shared developer profile to access the beta. Considering the last decade's trends, we anticipate this upgrade will be introduced at WWDC 23 in June 2023, with a wider release to follow in September. We will understand if you find these features just a few. As a result of Apple's concentration on its augmented reality and virtual reality headset, iOS 17 won't offer nearly as many features. Apple Hub tweeted about it, saying, iOS 17 could have fewer major changes than originally planned, as Apple has shifted their focus to XROS, the operating system for Apple's upcoming AR/VR headset. Well, above all the features, the most exciting scuttlebutt is that iOS 17 will include a brand new app that will work with Apple's expected virtual reality/augmented reality headgear. Anyway, we would caution you guys to take this information with a grain of salt, as Apple has not said anything yet. Well, another thing that has people rumbling is the iPhone 15. We have heard a lot about this device, such as it comes with a periscope lens and titanium chassis. There is more to discuss, and our next video will do just that, so join us there. Thanks for joining us today.
If you liked it, please don't forget to subscribe below.